No, yeah, I don't see Cleveland as a number one seed. I should say.
Disrespect.
It's not disrespect, my guy. You were hating on Donovan Mitchell, saying this guy's a bubble guy. He doesn't get it done in the playoffs
Let's
outside of
talk
that
about the
bubble
bubble.
year. No, no, but even outside of the bubble, you say he doesn't get it done. You said Rudy Gobert was the more important piece in this Utah Jazz what era you would call it. Um, come on, you can't just flip the narrative like that. And like Darius Garland, good player, all-star caliber player, probably at his peak, but I don't really see him much more than that. Evan Mobley, I got to 1 year. Let's see more nationally televised games. I didn't see much last year. Let's see if he, can really catch my eye.
Look,
He's got to take it a step forward. In order for Cleveland to be number one, John, right? Evan Mobley has to either Evan Mobley or Darius Garland has to take their next level and just elevate that. Like they have to take it to the next level. They have to go and be the Robin to Donovan Mitchell's Batman. And I honestly want to say this right now. As much as I love Donovan Mitchell and wanted him on Miami, he is not a number one on a championship team. He's not. I'm sorry.
this episode is brought to you by our friends at BetStamp. When it comes to sports betting, you want to maximize your return. And what BetStamp is committed to is providing you with the best odds because you want to have versatility in the sports books you can take a look at. When it comes to visuals, graphic representation, and even custom betting trackers to help you stay in the game, you're going to be involved in the right way. You're going to stay educated, know the exact market, and make the most money that you're putting in. So be sure to download the BetStamp app and use our referral code at WiseGuys, WISCGUYS. And as always, back to the show. I agree. Now let me say this. In jest for listeners out there, I said Donovan Mitchell's a bubble boy off the air as like, a poking little joke. The NBA bubble, let's say it how it is, was the perfect version of basketball. No distractions, no off-court activities, strictly hoops. We saw the best version of many star players, not because the Nets were too soft, though they could have played a role. I just think we got to see NBA basketball in its purest form. And in that arena, Donovan Mitchell was a playoff superstar. BCAP, I get what you're saying. He's more suited to be the number two, the Robin. But in the postseason, he is top six all time, maybe even higher if memory serves, in points per game. This guy is a bucket. And when you look at this Cavaliers roster, very few teams have four all-stars. It's not normal. And it reminds me of those Pistons teams, the rare outlier to not having a go-to top five players or championship guy that made it to the conference finals in 5 straight seasons, won NBA championship, and got to the finals on 2 separate occasions. This Cavaliers team is well coached. Offensively, they have versatility, and defensively, they have the most necessary thing, and that is top of the line rim protection and a fair amount of versatility. That's what made the Jazz number one seed Rudy Gobert. I mean, if you think Utah or if you think Cleveland can't do what Utah did, I think you're out of your mind because this is a better roster. It simply has more star talent, more versatility, and a coach in JB Bickerstaff who I think is pretty darn underrated.
No, you know what? I agree with you. I do think that the Cleveland team is better than the Utah Jazz team. I just I don't see it, man. Like I think Boston is so much better. They've been tested. They've been through the ringer. Even with Milwaukee without Chris Middleton, we saw what Giannis can do by himself last year in the playoffs. We saw that. We know Giannis is that damn good. We know this about him. Miami's always going to be in there. They're somebody that they're a team that you really don't want to see. They really are. They play that style that I talk about a lot in football, where it's in basketball terms now, where it's just they play hard defense, they switch, they can knock down shots. They're going to get physical with you. It's they're not going to beat themselves. You're going to have to beat them. They're a team that you really don't want to see. And then your Philadelphia team that I'm not very high on, but Philly can beat a Cleveland. I could see that Embiid or Harden going off. And Brooklyn, I could see competing with Cleveland too if they get everything right. But yeah, that's where I see Cleveland. I see Cleveland more in that Philly, Brooklyn.
Toronto.
No.